Our normal intro doesn't seem to fit the picture that well these days, and with all that's gone before, with John back in South Africa, it's almost bittersweet to play this intro because we haven't been able to do the things we wanted to do, and it's been super sad to continue the journey without John. That being said, we're going to try and keep it as upbeat as possible and enjoy the trip. Yeah, it's been a lot of sailing, and we have a long passage ahead, and hopefully when that's all at end, we'll get back to doing the stuff we enjoy and bring you some more exciting and entertaining stuff. So sit back and enjoy the journey as we power Lyrano across the North Atlantic. Yeah, brightening up the displays after the night shift. Everything dimmed down. Time to wake everything up again. Just put the radar off. Back into day mode. Beautiful moon the last few nights as well. She's just gone past full moon, so yeah, cooking along. We got less than 1,000 miles to go now. We just went through the 1,000 miles. Oh, there we go. Obviously heading to, come on, to Barbados. So under 1,000. Yippee! Yeah, I've been ranging between sort of 15 and 20 knots, probably up to 22, 23 max. Just trying to keep the apparent under sort of 18. Don't stress the sail too much. Probably been right on the limit. Yeah, we're just cruising along at 7 up to sort of 9 on the big gusts on that. Last night some nice big runs, but around about 7 knots. I can't tell you how nice it is to wake up every morning to a clean boat. The clears are still clean, there's no dust anywhere. And that period in Mandela was a killer with all the dust and the dirt. It's just so nice to have a clean boat. Wonderful, makes such a difference. I think this is day 9. Picked up a bit of wind on the outside. Put up the main earlier because we were going nowhere fast. We've got the main and the code 0. We've got, we're doing 9, 10 knots up to 11. We've done 12 max today. And I've got a true wind speed at 20 here. We're at 14. It goes up crazily if I go up into the wind a bit. See, we came this morning, we were going downwind. We lost the wind basically, so I turned, it looked like some wind on the outside, so we turned and worked our way out, put the main up, came out and hit the wind sort of in this area here now. And slowly turning a more downwind as the pressure comes on more and more. Not probably the most correct configuration, but it's working very well. Really going well. A lot of pressure on the steering because of the main being up with this wind, so she twists up into the wind all the time, so you sort of keep her down. And I don't want to put too much pressure on the code 0 because your apparent goes up a hell of a lot as you go up into wind. I mean, we're sitting on a wind angle of 150. If I push her up into the wind a little bit, maybe I'll just do that just to show you. I'll just turn her up into the wind and you'll see this apparent starting to come up. And it goes up really quickly, you can see that. I don't want to go up too far. Yeah, I've got a lot of help now. You can see there we're up to 18 already. 20 knots. Yeah, you can see we've turned up. Our speed has gone up to 10. Yeah, I want to turn back down again now. A lot of helm here now. Oh, 11 knots. Woo. not so clever to do that. And that just gives you an idea of how much pressure comes on when you turn up into the wind. And that's one way to blow out your code 0. I also triangulated our preventer and pulled our topping lift up tight as well, because we had so much boom slap earlier, and I'm running with it like that. It also supports the mast with the code 0 out, so you've got an extra stay at the back. Also not so sure how technically clever this is, but it stabilizes everything and it's really quiet. Yeah, I downloaded the grid this morning. As you can see, we're a bit south of where the track of the boats. I'll just show you where they decided to go, and you can see what happens below us. There's a big hole which appears in the wind, and I was worried about that, so we've turned and gone up north. And yeah, we found this wind. You can see it fills in later, but that hole there, I didn't want to be down in the southern area down there, so we've chosen to go a little bit further north to get back into the wind. It's worked really well. Fucking raining.
Just look at that. Look at the rain pouring there.
Let's go sailing. It'll be fun, they said. Fucking hell.
Steve and I are doing the night watch, and yeah, we're on
25 to 30 knots, rain, squalls, shit. Welcome to the North Atlantic.
Look at that, look at the back of the rubber duck. Wow! The spray. Yoo-hoo. Now it's coming down. Now it is pouring.
Washing all that Cape Verde dust away.
Yeah. All the dust is gone after this one. Holy crap.
Oh, early morning. 2 weeks into the trip. And at last we've gotten the wind, which we've been crying and begging for. Now we've got up to 18, probably between 16 and 18 knots now. And we're doing around 8.5, 8. Now it's been a super slow, frustrating crossing. What should have taken us 10 days is probably going to end up taking us 16. But yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, this Atlantic Ocean is very, very different from the South Atlantic. This North Atlantic, should I say. It's a very jobbly, messy sea in comparison to the South Atlantic. A lot of side actions, corkscrewing motion on the boat. Not an enjoyable type of passage. Jobbly sea, squalls at night, up to 20 knots, and then 0 afterwards. We've been doing, I don't know, we've probably been averaging between 4 and 5 knots for I don't know how long. Get a couple of squalls through the night with rain, and yeah, that's it. That's the only speed we've had, and then back to the same. Been super long. Changed course for St Lucia now. Given up on Barbados. We're running late on time, so go midway up the chain and then take it from there. Yeah, still winging it. Some heavy weather all around. Rain, squalls is what we've been dealing with, and in between them absolutely nothing. So yeah, taking a bit of a chance with a code up. So far the winds have been coming through around 20-25 max, apart from that one night where we had 30 knots and absolutely howling. Lucky to survive that. But yeah, we've got 17 here now. It's going up now on the edge of this, going along at 7-8 knots. Yeah, it's been one really bumpy, shitty, slow, irritating, frustrating, because the angles are shit. You can't run the main, and with the sea being so upside down, the boom slap you get is just unbelievable. Anyway, you can see I've just had a big shift to the right. The wind goes on 180. Just folded the sails. So what we've been dealing with, like big shifts, like 60 degrees from these squalls. You've got to be on your toes. Pelting rain. Woohoo! But we got wind. Oh, day 16. Man, it's pretty long. Holy moly. Oh, we've had a good evening. Had some wind up to 20 knots last night in squalls and rain. And probably been averaging 6 knots. So our last 2 days have been probably the best we've had. Looking at arriving tomorrow midday-ish, St Lucia. Beautiful morning. Same configuration. And away. Bit of land on the plotter for the first time in ages. I got 12 knots there. And doing 5, 6. Sun's coming up, so the wind's backed off a little bit. It'll pick up a bit as the day wears on. Just off west, because we've turned a little bit, we were a bit off course. But yeah, you can see we're a bit off course there. Yeah, these crossings are such an eye-opener for people who do it for the first time, like some of my crew. Yeah, you think you know how vast an ocean is, but until you do this type of crossing, you don't realize how really big it is. And you know, we're doing 2,100 miles odd across, and you realize that there's 12,000 miles north to south, another 12,000 east to west, halfway around. Then you get some sort of idea of how vast this ocean is. And yeah, also the tediousness and the fatigue you get on doing these crossings when you're doing watches. We're doing 6 hours on, 6 hours off, so yeah, it's pretty hectic. Wears you down. After about 7 days, you really start to feel it. So yeah, people think yachting is a fun thing. It definitely is at times, but most of the time it's a lot of work. Yeah, I think it's day 15 and we've been calmed again. Got the motor running. Absolutely no wind. Beautiful, listening to music. Drinks finished already. The boredom party here, they're playing. Hello, girls and boys. Hello. You having fun? Yeah. None of you are doing what? You're freaking pissed already. It's not even 6 o'clock. Yeah, man, this has been slow. Oh my gosh, it's by far the slowest crossing ever. But anyway, beautiful sunset. Not a lot to complain about, really. Hopefully tomorrow we get there before dark, which is why we're motoring, to try and get in to St Lucia before dark. I want to go in there in the dark. I don't know the place at all, so yeah, that's the reason why we kicked the motor into high gear, and hopefully we're going to get there and get an anchor in and have a good rest and a good party. Day 17, the 28th of January. The motor's running again. Well, it's been running since yesterday afternoon. We've got like a 5 knot. It's just not enough, man, and I've got to get in before dark today, so we can just see what's happening and the voyages and everything. That over there is Martinique in the distance, and if I run up front here, you can see that ahead is St Lucia. So we've got land after 17 days. Pretty boring stuff. Have you had fun? Check the face.
Little bit, not too much.
Just the drinking and the Uno, eh?
Yeah, every now and then we had a bit of fun. We had some fun with the Uno last night. Be a few G&Ts for a change. We can't wait to just see land and be on land. Well,
you can see land, as you can see. But yeah, it's been bloody long. We are coming into St Lucia. Not as tropical as we expected. And the yacht's leaving. About 5 or 6 that left as we're arriving. Thanks, Code Zero. It's been a long haul, eh? Yeah.
Ready for the captain?
Go! 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 Don't slack now, A-team!
Hey!
Coming into Rodney Bay. Pretty crowded. Welcome to the Caribbean. Well, that's what we thought. The happy days in Cape Verde were miles away, and the welcome we got here was anything but cordial. We were forced to have a COVID test and to stay on board until the tests returned. And they weren't too happy that we hadn't pre-authorized before arriving because we changed course from Barbados. Anyway, we muddled through it, we got it done. It cost a lot of money, and yeah, just the general attitude wasn't too great. Yeah, we didn't let all of this worry us too much. We had a great party that evening, and yeah, went ashore with some serious headaches the next day. So join us next week as we explore the small island of St Lucia. And make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.